Hey guys, here we are back at it, out here in the hangar, working on all the things. Well, I'm actually in my studio talking to a camera. But what I've been working on, as you can see in the background, is continuing to rivet all the things. So I've been working on the fuselage. That's what I've been doing on for quite a while. And now I'm finally to the point where I'm hanging the skins on there, putting all the clecos in, making sure everything match drills, and finally doing the final rivet. So this has been, it's been a lot. I'll be honest. There's been a lot to it, and it's been tough for me to get out there, but I'm trying to get out there more. My goal is now to produce at least 2 videos a month. I know I've been really remiss about posting more, but I would like to produce 2 videos a month, if for no other reason than it'll get the plane built. But working on riveting all the things, it's a lot of work. There's a hell of a lot to it. But it's nothing new. Like, none of it is really challenging. I think all the rivets are coming out really nicely. You can kind of see them here. I don't know if I talked about this in the previous video. I did try to rivet like one side with the tape and then the other side without tape, just to see what it looked like. And the side without tape, it just didn't look good. Even though all of that's going to be scuffed up and painted over, and you're never going to know. But I just, for whatever reason, for me, it kind of hurt my heart a little that it was ugly. So I went back to using tape. It does add some time to use the rivet tape, but honestly, it's worth it for me because the final product just looks better. Some of you had suggested, instead of putting tape over each rivet, putting tape on the gun itself to prevent the damage. Unfortunately, that doesn't work. It works for like the first 3 or 4 rivets, but then after that, that tape gets so boogered up and kind of pulverized. It gets to the point where it doesn't do the job anymore, and now it's hard to get off the head of the gun. It just gets smashed. So, and really, realistically, it only adds a second or two to add a little piece of tape over it, and I'm just not going to quibble over a second or two. So, that's what's going on here. Like I said, I think things are good. Time to give you guys an update of where I'm at. I've got a lot of the rivets in the skin done, as you can see, under here and up in the front, and I'll show you that in a second. Done. I'm happy with how they came out. I can't reach under here on that side just because I don't have this hole, and so it really makes working on that stuff difficult, so I haven't done that yet. So I've kind of moved on to the next step until tomorrow, when my wife's going to come out and we're going to finish riveting everything up, which the next step is working on these little vents, and then I'm going to go ahead and rivet these pieces in. But the majority of everything has come together beautifully. On this side up front, there's a couple rivets right here that I just really wasn't comfortable getting, just because of how I have to hold things. Same thing right here. There's a few right here I haven't got. The rest of these I've got. These I'm going to do in a bit. I think that's 2 or 3 steps from now is these. I could do these right now. I just don't have to yet. And then on the other side, same thing over here. These down below, I haven't done these at all, just because it was really awkward trying to put my arm way down in here, standing up on my table, or bench, or ladder, whatever the hell this thing is, platform. Sticking my arm way down there and doing it was just really awkward, and so I didn't do those. My wife's going to help me with those. This, again, will be tomorrow, I think, when I get this one done. I'm going to put this other piece here. This guy, put this here and work it in here shortly. And then finally, here at the back, I just have no ability to do this lower skin piece like I did on the other side. The other side I could do fine because there was a hole here. And I think it came out great, but this side I'm going to need help. I just didn't feel comfortable trying to do it all by myself. There's going to be times when you need help, and that's where I'm at now. I just kind of need some help. So now I'm going to take these parts over here for this vent, work on the vent that's right up here, and then do some more riveting as I can. And then tomorrow, when the ye old spousal unit comes out, we're going to make some more headway. Now, there were a couple rivets, quite a few actually, that I simply could not get to by myself. There was a lot of kind of reaching over and trying to make your arms longer to get the rivets and on both sides, just due to the height of the skin. It was really awkward. And so I had to bring my wife out and have her help me do some of this work. And thankfully, she was a really good sport. She came out twice, 3 times? I don't know, a bunch of times to help me out. And we ultimately got it. A couple hundred rivets was really all that we had to do together. But getting back into the swing of things of how to do it for 2 people, especially for her when she's not done it for a real long time, it took, it was a little slower, but did a great job. I mean, I think the rivets came out perfectly. You can see here this nice line of rivets. I don't know what that blemish right there is, but that's a camera defect. But anyways, everything came out beautifully. I'm really super happy with the work that she did and that we did together. I think out of that whole thing, we had to drill out like 1. So, okay. So speaking of drill outs, one of the things I am going to have to drill out 2 rivets. So you can see these 2 rivets right here. Unfortunately, just due to the nature of where the gear goes on the inside of the plane, you can see here where those 2 rivets are sticking out. Those have to be double flush rivets. And it does say that on the plans, but I don't remember it saying that before you actually put the rivets in, which means it should have at some point told me that I needed to countersink down there a little bit. And I didn't because, well, I didn't pay attention that those need to be double flush. So, oops, I'm going to have to drill those 2 out, get in there, and then do the best I can to countersink the inside and then reset those rivets double flush so that I can put the landing gear piece in. So that's coming here soon. That'll be in my next pile of pain that I have to do. After we got most of these rivets done, though, I still have 1 row in the back to do that I'll need her help with just because, again, my arms aren't long enough. But I need to get these vents done. So I'm going to take these pile of parts here and turn those into the vents, which go here. And hopefully get all those riveted up and done. Then it's just a matter of, I think the next part of the plans, if I recall, is putting in the landing gear stuff, and then we get to marry the fuselage to the empennage, rather. I think that's where I'm at. Sometimes I skip pages or I miss pages when I turn the page just to see what's coming, so I don't always know. But working with my wife was actually a pleasure. She made it go by real fast, and I really appreciate her. Thank you, honey. She wasn't having fun, but I was, so yay. Now, there was one rivet all the way forward. It's almost the very last forward rivet along the spar, or the longeron, rather, that I ended up using a blind rivet on. And you can see it's right here, and I actually upsized it from a 40 to a 30 and used effectively a 4-5 pull rivet, if you will. And the reason I did that is because if you look at this picture, you can see that there's kind of that bracket there. This rivet is way up in there, and there was just no good way to get to it. I struggled quite a bit to try to get in there and get that rivet, and I just didn't have a way to buck it. So I figured one blind rivet out of however many is not going to kill the plane. So if you guys had a better way of getting that rivet, I'm all ears. I couldn't manage it. So that's how I got that particular one, and honestly, I think it came out just fine. And finally, in the end here, I'm working on that piece. You can see me working in the background. It came out just fine. No gotchas there. Everything normal stuff. If you look at the video, you can see there are a couple rivets that are missing. Those are supposed to be missing. The plans detail what to leave in or leave out based on, later down the road, you're going to have to add them. I don't know when, but eventually you will. So anyways, guys, that's where I'm going to end this one. I really appreciate you. Thank you very much. If you guys have any comments about what I'm doing or doing wrong, please comment down below and let me know. I actually am very interested in your feedback. If you guys want to build a plane of your own, you absolutely can. If I can build one of these planes, you can. If you use my builder number, which is down in the comments down below, Vans will send me $100 when you order your kit, and it doesn't matter which kit. You guys can use any kit. And this is a heck of a project. It's a lot of fun. I really do enjoy it. And if you guys like peace of mind, I mean, for me, going out to the hangar and just puttering on the plane for an hour or something like that, it's very cathartic. You know, it's one of those things that if I've had a bad day or something like that, go throw some rivets. It makes the world better. Everything's great. Anyways, guys, if you like what I'm doing, if you'll do me a favor, like and subscribe down there, it really does help my numbers. Thanks a bunch. I'll see you guys next time. Far away. So the weird thing about this camera is I am less than a foot away from it right here. And that always makes me feel like I'm way too close. But it has such a wide focal distance that you can actually be a lot closer to it. All right.